Hello, Mallards. It is Tuesday. I'm hanging out with Ashley, and this is the first time that Ashley's come with me to DPAC. Mm-hmm. We are here to see Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, thanks. You got it ready. Oh, I think you have to hold it like. Oh. There we go. Yeah, we're here to see Mrs. Doubtfire. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, so I'm not sure that I remember everything. But I will be interested to see it turn into a musical. Like, it wasn't a musical movie.
No.
But it's about to be a musical stage show. Mm-hmm. So we are ready and we'll check in with you at intermission. The opening of the stage is not very exciting. I feel like I've been really spoiled with the last few shows where like what the stage looked like before the show started was wild. And this is fine.
Yeah.
It does sort of have like a like 90s TV vibe, which like I guess sort of fits the story. It is intermission, and this show is actually much more enjoyable than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I saw Tootsie, I think also this season, but it was maybe at the end of last season, which is also a show about a man who dresses up like a woman to get a job. And that one, I was like, why are we watching this? And I don't have the hang-ups that I do with that. With this, I think because like his reason is just better. He wants to spend time with his kids.
And his wife won't let him. Or the judge won't let him. I mean, his wife too, right?
She like just didn't say anything. And admittedly, he didn't really have a place to watch the kids. So like, I get why the wife was like, maybe not. Like, she had this whole opening song about like, he has 3 kids, I have 4. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's like a whole bunch of TikToks that I see right now. Yeah. But that's like part of this show is like his journey of like growing and becoming an actual adult.
Yeah.
For becoming an old lady.
Whatever gets you there.
Yeah. Really, that's the lesson of this is that all men should try being women. They'll grow up.
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the conclusion we've come to after one act. I'm really enjoying this performance. The girl who plays Lydia, the oldest, it's Lydia, right? Yeah. The oldest daughter is great. I've really enjoyed her. I also really loved the wife's opening song. It's Daniel's song.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed that opening number, and I think it's really fun the way they're using the ensemble. Like, it's interesting because I was definitely like, how do you have a large ensemble in Mrs. Doubtfire? Like, so much of that show centers just around the 5 members of the family. And the answer is that when she needs to figure out how to cook a chicken and she watches a YouTube video, everybody from the YouTube videos just like pops out and sings. And that song, honestly, fire. Like, that was so good.
I love a good tap number out of nowhere. When they just put one in, I'm like, yes, this is what I need.
Yeah, we're into that.
Yep.
It was great. I really enjoyed the singing. I've really enjoyed the music. And I'm just having a much better time than I anticipated. I'm having fun. How about you?
I'm having a great time.
Huh. And we have a whole second act, so we'll get back to it. Now the show is over. I think the moral still stands. You want a man to grow up, make him become a woman. For like a week. Like, it literally took like no time.
Yeah. I was stressed out the whole time. Like, I know you were saying about how when there's like a musical about a liar, you're just like, oh, please just find out, please make them find out. Yeah.
It's stressful. Like, I do find it anxiety inducing. I can't even imagine like I'm so anxious watching it. I can't even imagine living something like that. But the second act was just as fun. Like, I really like the songs in this. I think that they're all very, very fun. They're not necessarily particularly catchy or anything like that, but they're all just enjoyable.
Right.
Like, this whole show is just enjoyable. I'm glad that we came. I'm glad that you came. Yeah. I often talk about technical aspects in these shows. The spotlight ops were on point tonight. Like, on point. And that is not always the case on opening nights, but they nailed it. And there's a lot of spotlight work in this particular show. Yeah. Like, a lot of spotlight moments.
And a lot of specific moments where what they're saying matches their spotlights as well. So it's very quick.
And I think maybe my favorite sequence in the whole show was in Act 2, and it was like this nightmare sequence
Me too.
with Daniel where he was like imagining all of the ways that things could go wrong. I'm sure that made you even more anxious. It made me more
It
anxious.
stressed me out.
And he was just seeing like a bunch of Mrs. Doubtfires, and like the way that was staged, the way that it was shot, the singing that happens during that, because like everybody is singing different bits and it's like in a round and it gets really disorienting, and they like the way that the lights play, the way that the music plays, the way that the dancing happens. It was just so good.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Like it felt nightmarish to me, and it was not my nightmare. So we really enjoyed it, and it's still running if you can get tickets to DPAC out. But if you see it also out in the wider world on this national tour, you should check it out. And I will see you tomorrow.